Okay friends, so in previous video we talked about the Barkley and Motard's algorithm. In this video let us see how to implement this Barkley and Motard algorithm to a given partition which is irreducible, which is cyclic in nature. So the basic steps are: first, convert all the nodes to arcs and arcs to nodes and connect them based on the input they receive. So we have got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 nodes equivalent to 8 streams, and they are connected with each other. Like if you want to write the units in between, you can write, otherwise you can just write the flow of information. Now mind well, these green are not process streams. Process streams are 8 these nodes, right? So we have to eliminate the, we have to reduce the diagram in such a way that finally we are left with the set of TS streams, right? So let's quickly visit the three rules. The first is merge node with single precursor, or any single precursor node, just eliminate them and represent them with their precursor. If there are parallel arcs, merge them in this. Again, I'll remind you, I told you in last video as well, that you may not get it right in the beginning, but after applying some rules you might get this kind of figures. Any self node is to be eliminated and put up into the TS set. So whenever you find a self loop, that is the node itself, it becomes its precursor. Eliminate that node and put them into TS set. If there is any two-way edge or two-way edge pairs, eliminate the common node in between the pair. And if there are more than one such two-way edge pair, eliminate the common node with maximum output. And if the output of all the common nodes are same, you can select the node according to your intuition. And if none of the things works, right, there is no single precursor, there is no self loop, there is no two-way edge pair, in that case select a node with maximum number of output as a TS stream and put them into a TS step, and you have to go back to step 1. So keep on applying this rule till your entire node precursor table is eliminated and you have your TS set at the end of the entire application. As I told you, you have to apply this rule n number of times till the graph is reduced, and it is quite possible that in some of the examples you may not need a specific rule to be applied. After application of some of the rules, in between you might need to redraw this diagram. Right, this diagram you might need to redraw, but it's not necessary that you draw that diagram after every application of the rules. You just keep on making this table. This is your initial diagram. From that you make this table, and then keep on applying the rule to this table till you need, till you think that you need to explore this. You have to draw the diagram. So let us apply the rules. The first is single precursor. So to eliminate all the single precursors, so 1 is eliminated, 4 is eliminated, 8 is eliminated, and wherever 1 is there, right, wherever 1 is there, represent that with 7. Wherever 4 is there, represent it with 3. Wherever 8 is there, represent that with 3. So you eliminate all single precursor. If there are at more than one places, if there are 4, represent that with 3. If at more than one places there would be 1, represent that with 7, likewise. So now I have got a new table. Now from this, the new table for node and precursor would be, I got node number 2 now, 3 now, 5 now, 6 and 7, and the precursors are 7 3. For 3 it is 2 5, for 5 it is 3 6, for 6 it is 2 5, and for 7 it is 2 5. Now keep one thing in mind: these nodes are eliminated from our diagram. It doesn't mean that they are eliminated from the actual flow sheet. This is one. Second, they are eliminated and they will now not be considered further in the diagram, and they will not be part of TS stream. A common confusion between students is that whatever is eliminated from this goes to TS stream. No, TS set contains only the self loop or two-way edge pair or the common node between two-way edge pair. Now any single precursor is just eliminated, because what we are thinking is that, like, what we understand is that this is now represented by 7. So wherever there is 1 is represented by 7. So 1 is indirectly present in this. I hope it is clear. So just eliminate them. Now when you look at this, you cannot identify any self loop, right? You cannot identify anything. So you may think that now there is nothing to be done and I can go with a maximum number of output node, right? But how do I know which node is having maximum number of output? See, the node which is appearing more as a precursor, like 2 has an output to 3, 2 has an output to 6, 2 has an output to 7. Same way 5 also have 3 output. 7 has only 1 output, 6 has only 1 output, 3 has only 1 output. So that's how you see that how the maximum number of outputs are there. However, before jumping to the conclusion that I cannot do anything, now I have to draw the diagram from this. How do I draw the diagram from this? So I have 2, 3 and 5, let's say. So 2, 3, 5, right? And I have got 6 and 7. 6 and 7. So I got 2, 3 and 5. So 2 has a precursor which is 7 and 3. Right? 3 has a precursor 2 and 5. 5 has a precursor 3. You see, now this becomes your two-way edge. 5 has a precursor 6 and 3. 6 has a precursor 2 and 5. See, and 7 has a precursor again 2 and 5. So if I draw it properly, it is this. Just look at this. So you can very easily make out that this is one two-way edge pair. This is another two-way edge pair. And this is third two-way edge pair. So there are 3 two-way edge pair, and according to the rule which we discussed, that whenever there are more than one two-way edge pair, you have to identify a common node with maximum output. So if I look at this is a common node to 2, 3, 7. It has got how many outputs? 1, 2 and 3. 3 is a common node between 2, 3 and 5, right? So 3 has only 2 outputs. One is to 2, other is to 5. So 3 will not be in my TS tree. Let us look at 5. 5 also is a common node between 3 and 6, and like 3, 5 and 6. It again has 1, 2 and 3 outputs. So node 2 and node 5 have 2, they are the common node, and both of them have 3 outputs. So I can choose any one of them. As I told you that you can select a node arbitrarily when the number of outputs are same. So in this case, let's go with node number 2. So if I select 2, what happens is, the moment I select 2, 2 is eliminated, and wherever 2 appears in precursor, I have to eliminate that. So what would be my table then? My new table, after eliminating 2 and putting that in a TS stream, 2 goes to TS stream. So stream 2 is a TS stream now. So my new table will look like 3, 5, 6 and 7, and on right hand side, that is precursor, are 5, 3, 6, 5 and 5. So you can see that 3 can be represented by 5, it's a single precursor. 6 can be represented by 5, single precursor. 7 can be represented by 5, single precursor. So I eliminate 3, 6 and 7 from this table, and wherever 3 is there, I put 5, wherever 6 is there, I put 5, which is making a self loop. You can just see that node 5 has precursor 5 and 5. This is nothing but a self loop, and I have to put 5 from the table to the set of TS streams. So my TS streams are now identified, 2 and 5. In the same manner, if I would have gone with 5 here, I would have ended with 2. So this is how I need to identify and apply the rules. So I got two answers, 2 and 5 as my TS stream, right? And the computational sequence would be C, D, E, A, B. What is that? It is this. it is C, because this is my TS stream and this is my TS stream. So I initialize this, I solve for C, then I go to D, then I go to E, I go to A. From C I can go to A and B. So C, D, E, A, B, C updated, and I have to keep on updating till the 2 tiered and 2 updated, 5 tiered and 5 updated are merging. Right, so this is something which I have to apply when I want to use the Barkley-Motard algorithm. I hope the thing would be clear how to apply Barkley-Motard algorithm. Thank you.